Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel.
Hi, we're happy you're here.
Before we start, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
And if you have ideas for future topics, write them in the comments. We read your messages.
Yes, we really do.
So today's question is interesting.
If you could start again at 18 years old, what would you do differently?
That's a big question.
A little scary, too.
Alex, if you were 18 again, would you change something?
Yes, I think I would.
What would you change?
I would worry less.
About what?
About what people think of me.
That's very common at 18.
I cared too much about other people's opinions.
Do you think that stopped you from doing something?
Yes, sometimes I didn't try new things because I was afraid to fail.
Like what?
I wanted to start a small project, but I thought, what if it doesn't work?
Fear can be very strong at that age.
What about you? Would you change something?
Yes, I would try more things.
Try more things? Like hobbies?
Yes, hobbies, courses, maybe even traveling alone. At 18, I was too careful.
Careful is not always bad.
True, but sometimes being too careful means missing opportunities.
That's interesting. Do you think we are too young at 18 to make big life decisions?
Sometimes, yes. At 18, we choose university, career direction, but we don't know ourselves very well.
That's true. At 18, I didn't really know what I liked.
And society expects us to decide quickly.
So if you were 18 again, would you choose the same career?
I'm not sure.
That sounds mysterious.
Maybe I would explore more before choosing.
So let's talk about confidence.
That's a good direction.
What advice would you give your 18-year-old self?
I would say, trust yourself more.
In what way?
At 18, I always looked for approval. I wanted teachers, friends, even family to say, this is the right choice.
And now?
Now I understand that no one knows my life better than me.
That's powerful.
What about you? What advice would you give young Alex?
First of all, relax.
That sounds important.
At 18, I thought every decision would decide my whole future. If I chose the wrong university, my life would be ruined.
That's a common fear.
Yes, but life is not that strict. You can change direction.
Would you tell your younger self to take more risks?
Yes, but smart risks.
What do you mean by smart?
Trying new things without destroying everything.
That sounds balanced.
For example, starting a small project while studying, not waiting for the perfect moment.
That's good advice. Do you think confidence comes with age?
Partly, but I also think confidence comes from experience.
From success or failure?
From both. When you fail and survive, you become stronger.
That's true. At 18, failure feels like the end.
Now it feels like a lesson.
So maybe the best advice is simple.
What is it?
Don't be afraid to try.
So, why are we so afraid at 18?
I think because everything feels very big.
Big how?
Big decisions, big expectations, big dreams. At 18, every choice feels permanent.
Yes, it feels like one wrong step can destroy your future.
Exactly.
Do you think social pressure makes it worse?
Definitely. At 18, you compare yourself to others all the time. Who got into a better university? Who has a clearer plan?
And if you don't have a clear plan, you feel behind.
Yes, even if that's not true.
Why does failure feel so scary at that age?
Because we don't have experience yet.
Experience of what?
Experience of surviving failure. When you fail at 18, it feels like the end of the world.
But later in life, you see that failure is normal.
Yes, almost everyone fails at something.
Do you think fear can stop people from trying?
Absolutely. Some people don't apply for a job because they think they are not good enough.
Or they don't start a project because they are afraid of criticism.
Fear protects us, but sometimes it limits us.
So what would you tell your 18-year-old self about failure?
I would say, failure is not your identity.
What do you mean?
Failing at something does not mean you are a failure. It just means you tried.
That's powerful.
And I would say, you have time.
Time?
Yes, at 18, you think you are late, but actually, you are just starting.
That's true. So, what was your biggest failure at 18?
That's not an easy question.
Take your time.
I think my biggest failure was not trying for something I really wanted.
Not trying? What do you mean?
There was a university program I wanted to apply for, but I didn't apply.
Why not?
I thought I was not good enough.
So the failure was not rejection, but fear?
Yes, I rejected myself before anyone else could.
That sounds painful.
At that time, I felt safe, but later, I felt regret. What about you? What was your biggest failure at 18?
I failed an important exam.
How did you feel?
Terrible. I thought my future was finished.
Dramatic.
Very dramatic. But now, when I look back, that exam didn't decide my life.
What did it teach you?
That one mistake does not define you, and that I needed better discipline.
That's a valuable lesson.
Do you still think about that program you didn't apply for?
Sometimes. But I also understand that life gave me other opportunities.
So maybe failure closes one door but opens another.
Yes. And sometimes the real failure is not trying at all.
That's interesting. At 18, we think failure is the end, but maybe it's just a redirection.
I like that word, redirection.
So, what should 18-year-olds really focus on?
I think the first thing is self-discovery.
Self-discovery? That sounds serious.
It sounds serious, but it's simple. They should try to understand what they like and what they don't like. Not what others expect, but what feels right for them.
That's important. What else?
Skills.
Academic skills?
Not only academic skills, communication skills, problem solving, learning how to learn. These skills are useful in every career.
That's true. At 18, we think only about grades.
Yes, but life is bigger than grades. What advice would you give?
I would say, don't rush your life.
What do you mean?
At 18, many people feel pressure to succeed quickly. But life is long.
So patience is important?
Very important. Also, build confidence step by step. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle.
That's a good sentence. Should 18-year-olds focus more on money or experience?
Experience.
Why?
Because experience teaches lessons that money cannot.
I agree. Money is important, but experience builds character.
So maybe the focus should be growth, not perfection.
Yes. Growth over perfection.
So here is a difficult question. At 18, should young people choose money or passion?
That's not easy.
I know. That's why I asked.
I think it depends on the situation.
How?
Some people need financial stability first. If your family needs support, money becomes important.
That's true. Reality matters.
But what do you think?
Honestly, I think passion is important at 18.
Why?
Because energy is high at that age. If you have a dream, that's the best time to try.
But what if the dream doesn't pay well?
Then maybe you balance it.
Balance how?
Work a stable job, but build your passion on the side.
That sounds realistic. Do you think following passion always leads to happiness?
Not always. Passion can change over time. And sometimes passion becomes stressful when it turns into work.
That's very true. I think young people should ask themselves one question.
Which question?
Can I see myself doing this for many years? Not only for money, but also for meaning.
Meaning is important. So what should come first?
Maybe growth.
Growth?
Yes, choose something that helps you grow. Growth can bring both money and passion later.
That's smart.
At 18, you don't need to choose forever.
That takes pressure away. Okay, let's imagine something.
I'm listening.
Imagine an 18-year-old student. She has two options.
What are the options?
Option 1, a safe university degree with a stable career. Option 2, following her dream of becoming a musician.
That's a classic situation.
What advice would you give her?
First, I would ask her a question.
Which question?
How serious are you about your dream? Is it just a hobby? Or is it something you are ready to work hard for?
That's important. Dreams need effort.
Yes, passion without discipline is only a wish.
Would you tell her to choose the safe option?
Not immediately. I would tell her to think long-term. Can she combine both for a while?
You mean study and make music at the same time?
Exactly.
That reduces the risk.
What would you tell her?
I would say, don't ignore your dream completely. At 18, energy and courage are strong. If she never tries, she may regret it later.
Regret can be heavier than failure.
Yes, failure teaches. Regret stays.
But what if she fails?
Then she learns, and she still has time to change direction.
That's true. At 18, time is a big advantage.
Maybe the real question is not safe or risky.
Then, what is the real question?
What kind of person do you want to become?
That's a powerful question. So, Alex, if you were 18 today, what would you personally choose?
That's a difficult question.
I know.
I think I would take more risks.
More risks in what way?
I would try building something of my own earlier. Maybe a small business or a creative project.
Even if it failed?
Yes, because I now understand that failure is not permanent.
That's true.
What about you? If you were 18 today, what would you choose?
I would focus on learning skills.
Which skills?
Communication, technology, maybe languages. Skills that give flexibility in the future.
So you wouldn't choose only money or only passion.
No, I would choose growth.
Growth again.
Yes, because growth gives you options.
Do you think 18-year-olds today have more pressure than before?
In some ways, yes. Social media makes everything visible. You see other people's success every day.
That can make you feel behind.
Exactly. even when you are just starting.
So, if you could say one sentence to your 18-year-old self, what would it be?
I would say, you have more time than you think.
That's beautiful.
And you?
I would say, don't let fear make your decisions,
That's powerful.
because fear is loud at 18.
But confidence grows slowly.
And that's okay. Today we talked about a big question.
Yes. If we could start again at 18, what would we change?
We talked about confidence,
About fear of failure,
about money and passion.
and about choosing growth over perfection.
I think one important idea came again and again,
Which one?
that 18 is not the final moment. It's the beginning.
Yes. At 18, you don't need to have everything figured out.
You just need to be brave enough to try.
And patient enough to grow.
Mistakes are normal,
Changing direction is normal.
and feeling lost sometimes is normal too.
Exactly.
Now we want to ask you something.
If you were 18 again today, what would you choose?
Would you follow passion?
Or choose stability?
Write your thoughts in the comments.
And if you are 18 right now, tell us how you feel.
If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to like the video.
And subscribe to the channel for more English listening practice.
We're happy you listened today.
See you in the next episode.